Over 1 billion people use Android all over the world. An average person spends 5.4 hours a day. About 82% think their usage is much below. But how many of us know Android correctly? Majority will say they know Android well. But the ground reality is they don't. Android is a Linux-based operating system. You will learn about the Android. So stay tuned. What's up YouTube? I am Sandeep and you are watching Duvel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest updates. So with that being said, let's straight jump into the website. So let's begin. Now let's talk about what are the features of the Android. First, let's start with the interface. Android's default user interface is mainly based on the direct manipulation using touch inputs that loosely correspond to the real-world actions like swiping, tapping, pinching and reverse pinching to manipulate on-screen objects along with the virtual keyboard. Game controllers and full-size physical keyboards are supported via Bluetooth or USB. The response to the user input is designed to be immediate and provides a fluid touch interface, often using the vibration capabilities of the device to provide the haptic feedback to the user. The internal hardware such as are used by some applications to respond to the additional user actions, for example adjusting the screen for the portrait to landscape depending on how the device is oriented, or allowing the user to steer a vehicle in a racing game by rotating the device, simulating the control of the steering wheel. Android devices boot to the home screen, the primary navigation and information hub on the Android devices, analogous to the desktop found on the personal computers. Android home screens are typically made up of app icons and widgets. App icons launch the associated app, whereas the widgets display live auto updating content such as weather forecast, the user's email inbox, or a news ticket directly on the home screen. A home screen may be made up of several pages between which the user can swipe back and forth. The third-party apps available on Google Play and other app stores can extensively retheme the home screen. Along the top of the screen is a status bar showing information about the devices and its connectivity. The status bar can be pulled down to reveal a notification screen where apps display some important information for updates. Notifications are short, timely and relevant information about your app when it's not in use, and when tapped, users are directed to the screen inside the app relating to the notification. And all app screens list all install application with the ability for users to drag an application from the list onto the home screen. A recent screens lets users switch between the recently used apps. The applications. Many to almost all Android devices come with the pre-installed Google app including Gmail, Google Maps, Google Chrome, YouTube, Google Play Music, Google Play Movies and TV, and many more. Applications or apps which extend the functionality of devices. are written using the Android Software Development Kit or SDK, an often programming language which replaced the Java as Google's preferred language for Android app development. Java and other JVM languages such as Kotlin may be combined with C or C++ together with a choice of non-default runtimes that allows better C++ support. The SDK includes a comprehensive set of development tools including the debugger, software libraries and handset emulator based on QEMU, documentation, sample code and tutorials. Initially, Google's supported integrated development environment IDE was Ellipse. Using the Android Development Tools ADT plugin in December 2014, Google released Android Studio as it is the primary IDE for the Android application development. Android has a growing selection of the third-party applications which can be acquired by the users by downloading and installing the application's APK, or by downloading them using the application store program that allows the users to install, update and remove applications from their devices. The Google Play Store is primary application store installed on the Android devices that comply with the Android's compatibility requirements and licensing the Google Mobile Services software. The Google Play Store allows users to browse, download and update applications published by the Google and third-party developers as of the August 2020. There are more than 3 million applications available for Android in Play Store. Due to the open nature of the Android, a number of the third-party application marketplaces also exist for the Android, either to provide a substitute for the devices that are not allowed to ship with the Google Play Store, provide applications that cannot be offered on the Google Play Store due to policy violations or for the other reasons. Examples of these third-party stores have included Amazon, App Store, GetJar and SlideMe. Memory management. Since Android devices are usually battery powered, Android is designed to manage processes to keep power consumption at a minimum. When an application is not in use, the system suspends its operation so that while available for the immediate use rather than close, it does not use battery power or CPU resources. Android manages the application store in memory automatically when memory is low. The system will begin invisibly and automatically closing inactive processes, starting with those that have been inactive for the longest amount of time. Lifehacker reported in the 2011 that the third-party task killer applications were doing more harm than good. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for the upcoming videos and notifications. Thank you.